Welcome back, guys, and in this SnowRunner video, we are going to be diving into some of the craziest new console mods that we have seen thus far. Now, with all of that being said, there have been a lot of console mods getting released over the past couple of days. Yesterday, as of when I record this anyway, yesterday being the 31st, and today being the 1st. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and fire this Hummer up, and we're going to go ahead and get into the garage and get it into all-wheel drive, because it was literally spinning in the driveway. But in order to go ahead and rack up some quick cash out here on Sling Valley Mud Park, we're going to go ahead and discover all of these heavy trucks right here. And once we've got that done, we're going to go ahead and go into the garage, and we'll just go ahead and sell all of those trucks super quickly. And one of the biggest things that we're going to be talking about today is, as I'm sure some of you already know, B-Gamer's mud trucks, or at least most of B-Gamer's mud trucks, are now available on consoles. So if we actually go to our truck storage and we sell a few of these trucks, and we go to our truck store, you can see that the BB Customs Mega Truck, the B350, and the Catching Air are now all available on consoles. By the way, this is being recorded on Xbox Series X, but once again, you can get these on any Xbox system or any PlayStation system. Now, one of the coolest things about these trucks is that they do not take up much space, nor do they take up much RAM. So when you actually get these things downloaded into your game, you won't really have to worry all that much about whether or not they're going to be, really able to fit into the space restrictions of your particular system, even if you have an older system. So we're going to go ahead and buy the B350 first, but also we have the Powerhouse both in CDT version and in non-CDT version on consoles now as well. Now, CDT axles basically means that if you're driving along a back trail or a road or something, and there's a rock in the road or a stump in the road, the CDT axles version will get caught on that stump, whereas the non-CDT axles version will not get caught on the axles. Basically, it means the axles have collision physics. So let's go back to B-Gamer's trucks. We're going to go ahead and buy a B350, and we're going to go ahead and build it up real quick, and then we're going to get it outside. Now, one of the coolest things, at least in my opinion, about the B350 is the fact that you literally have to take it somewhere that can handle this thing. You have to take it to a map that can handle a truck this wild, a truck this crazy. Now, if you want it to be a little bit less rolly, a little bit less tippy, you can put the lowered suspension on it, but as far as the slammed suspension goes, you're gonna have to go for a smaller tire option. Now, you can go for a 60-inch tractor tire, a 63-inch tractor tire, or excuse me, a 60-inch paddy tire slash tractor tire, a 63-inch tractor tire, or 47-inch boggers, which those would be able to be used with the lowered or quote-unquote slammed suspensions, I believe. But we're going to go ahead and go with the 63-inch tractor tires. And let's see, you could do dual exhaust stacks or you could do a single. We're going to do duals on this one. And we've got a single custom bead-locked wheel and no interior customization or color customization, actually. So you really only get one set of things to do in terms of color and appearance customization. But really, I'm sure that does something in terms of keeping the file size and the RAM usage down. So you're not really going to be pulling any trailers with this thing either, but I really want to go ahead and get this thing out to the mud park. But that's not what we're going to be doing straight off the bat. We're going to go ahead and let this guy chill right here, shut it down, and I'm going to actually sell a bunch of these real quick. We're going to recover, retain, and literally, this is how you build up a ton of money on a map like this. Recover, retain, recover, and retain the truck. And, well, two more actually. Go ahead and recover that one, retain it, and recover one more, and retain it. And go into your storage and just sell. Now we have $655,000. So we're going to go back into our garage and we're going to grab the L400. The L400 is going to be our tow rig. So I'm going to make sure that I have the L400 in here, which I should. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't have the L400 in here, but we're going to do the bulletproof setup and we're going to do the tow transmission and we're going to do the stock tow, active tow. Let's do active tow. Active tow seems like a good decision for us. Why not? We're not going to spend super long in here in the customization on the L400. I just want to go ahead and get a you know, fairly usable towing setup ready to go right off the bat. Gonna do the gold method wheels. We're gonna paint the truck red, and out of the garage it goes. Now, this thing has really become one of those console mainstays in terms of console mods because it can do so many different things, and really at the end of the day, there's nothing that the L400 can't do. So let me grab a wide gooseneck if I can find it. There it is. The long, wide flatbed gooseneck. Not bad. This thing is so fast. I often forget how fast it is, and then I go to drive it again, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this thing is fast as heck. All right, I'm going to actually put the suspension back down and stop the engine. It's not like we need to create a better trailer approach angle for this thing because it's already so incredibly freaking high off the ground that it's like, it's really not going to matter at the end of the day. But I'm just so incredibly happy to have more mud trucks on consoles because, you know, really when you think about it at the end of the day, these trucks are some of the most, or at least for the longest time, they were some of the most heavily requested console mods in the history of the game. And I think, you know, obviously the community around mud trucks has been very vocal about wanting to see as many of these things as possible in the game on consoles. And honestly, I'm really, really, really happy that we have them now. I'm super happy that we have them now, and really that you guys have the ability to get your hands on them. So let's see, beadlock 6-leg wheel. And these actually, I know they're a bit smaller than the other tires, but they really were designed around this particular truck. I mean, both sets of tires were, but these in particular really do a good job of keeping the truck planted while also giving it that immense grip that it has. Now, I'm going to go ahead and actually, I'm not going to try to squeeze 3 of these things on here. I'm going to try and put just 2, shut that one down, and we're going to switch back into the L400, and we're going to head for the mud pits. So, but before we do that, we got to go ahead and get these trucks packed up. Get the ramps up. I said get the ramps up. Oh, thank you. That trailer is sometimes a little temperamental about whether or not it wants to actually, you know, fold the ramps up. But, I mean, that's kind of just a character trait of this trailer, and if it doesn't do it the first time, just go ahead and tap the A button again, and your ramps should come up. Now, ooh, I'd rather not run right into that pole. That'd be great. Now, I gotta tell you, though, I did not think that I would be driving the L400 with the B350 and the catching air on the back, like on the back of a trailer, you know, out on Sling Valley Mud Park. I did not think I would be doing this literally the day I got back from vacation, because that's crazy, because I decided to take like about 4 days or so vacation, which is why there wasn't a stream last Friday or this past Monday. And it was one of those things where I was like, you know, I'm sure there's going to be some crazy stuff when I get back, but I did not think that B-Gamer's entire, well, almost entire mud truck collection, plus a bunch of other mods, plus Risky's Powerhouse, was going to be on the mod browser when I got back. That was almost really bad. I almost completely turned the truck over. But yeah, I did not think that all of those were going to be on the mod browser on consoles when I got back. It's just like absolutely freaking insane to me. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, let's make our way down to, come on. Go ahead and ease it into the mud park real quick. Whoa, whoa, had a little bit of a slide going right there. That was not the optimal time to be sliding my truck and trailer. Now, I know I normally park over there, and that's probably the proper place to park, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to park in the proper place to park. I'm not really interested in parking in the proper place to park. I mean, I suppose you could, but I'd rather park over here. Now, let's go ahead and, God, that's such a sick setup, though. It really, really is. It really is. All right, let's go ahead and put the ramps down, get the trucks unpacked, and we'll go ahead and shut this thing down. And first things first, we're going to swap to the catching air. Now, the catching air really has become another one of those legends, because when it came out, people were like, no way. Like, no way do we have something like this. And we do, and it absolutely rips. Now, a lot of people asked when it first came out, you know, why are there no other engine options? Why can't I change this? Why can't I change that? And really, this is one of those vehicles where it was meant to have a specific approach, and it was meant to be tuned a certain way, and that's kind of all you get. But it's also not a bad thing, because the stock tune is really good. Come on, nail it, nail it! Oh, not quite! I was really hoping to go ahead and get a backflip right off the bat, but this thing was not happy about doing that. It was not happy about doing that at all. And I know a lot of people, like, normally when I come out here to Sling Valley, a lot of people are like, you better do the backflip. And I feel like it's one of those things where, like, for example, when we're on the summer testing grounds, not doing the backflip when we come to Sling Valley is like not doing the bridge jump when we go to summer testing grounds. It's like you have to do it. But it's also so much fun to do. So let's go ahead and get that guy flipped back over. And this thing, I mean, this thing will have absolutely no problems flipping it over, I'm sure. It's just, since we're on console, you have quick winchy boys to work with. And quick winching, don't you even think about it. Oh my god, now they're both flipped over. Oh boy. Yeah, I will say that is one thing that I love about PC, is the fact that you can do, basically, you can do whatever winch point you want, and you can do that on consoles as well, but it's a whole heck of a lot harder to get everything lined up the way you want it. So let's see if we can get this the first. Oh my god, and it never wants to go to the right winch point. It never does. Oh. Well, you're frozen in the air in the physics. Like, the physics have given up. I mean, they haven't given up anymore. They're good now. All right. Now, while that truck is actually on its wheels, let's swap to it and see if we can make it do a backflip. Come on. And send it. Wow. Okay, that was probably... That was the saddest excuse for a backflip I have ever seen. We didn't even leave the ground. All right, we're heading for the mud. This thing is not a... This is not a backflip truck. This is going straight into the mud, no question about it. Straight into it. Oh my god, that was a legit nosedive. But I'll tell you, once it gets in the mud, it's freaking great. Like, literally, once it gets out here in the mud, you can't go wrong with it. Yeah, you absolutely cannot go wrong with it. And the catching air is the same way. The catching air is just a little bit, like, it's a little bit quicker. It's a little bit more darty in terms of, like, you know, when you turn that thing, I mean, even in deep mud, it immediately just darts the exact way you want to go. There's really no arguing with you in terms of where you want the vehicle to go with the catching air. It's very, almost pointy is probably like the word I would use to describe it. And it's fast. It's really fast. We'll go off the dirt ramp this time. Ease into it. Oh my god, yeah, the balance of it going into the mud is ridiculous. It's sinking, though. Well, the B350 is like... The B350 just takes off, whereas this is a little iffy about this particular mud pit. It's not too sure about it. It's not too sure if this is the exact mud pit it wants to be in. But, you know, I mean, if you're going to deal with really, really deep stuff, the B350 is definitely the logical choice. I would definitely go that route. But if you're doing something a little bit more along the lines of, like, shallower mud, but you're racing somebody, dude, the catching air is absolutely the way to go. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead and check out all of these mud trucks that are all now available on consoles. The 3 that I showed in the beginning of the video from B-Gamer, as well as the Powerhouse from Risky. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to y'all later.